What's up, guys? It's Kevin Goldman, the chef realtor. We're back in Calabasas at one of the first places that I ever worked in, the first place I ever worked in a restaurant. We're gonna be looking at a couple different places in the area that you cannot miss. We're here at Saddle Peak Lodge in Calabasas. It was originally a hunting lodge. If you get the chance to actually eat dinner here or brunch in the dining room, there's busts of animals, elk, bison, deer. It's really cool, it's really badass, but the food here is delicious. When I was here, it was my first internship in culinary school. I was fired because I didn't take it serious enough. I would take weekends off to go snowboarding instead of being here, and the chef respectfully told me that this isn't for me. Luckily, I took that as the best learning experience that I ever had and became basically a workaholic. Anyway, enough about that. The food here is amazing. I haven't looked at the menu for a while, but when I was here, we had like ostrich, snake, bison, buffalo short ribs, rabbit. The elk chops here were so good. And the brunch here is amazing as well. There's a bunch of wild rosemary growing in the front of the restaurant, and we actually used to come out here, pick it ourselves, and we'd use that for the rosemary in the restaurant. I hit that bush up quite a bit. Let's go take a look at a couple other can't miss spots. It's interesting what's going on because growing up, coming up and down Las Virgenes and Mulholland, all you would see are like 3-post fences, horses. And now with the influx of people into Calabasas, you're seeing subdivisions, things that maybe don't necessarily go along with the aesthetic of what Calabasas was, but I mean, it's pretty cool. More people coming in, raising the property values, which is great for original owners. Prices are just crazy. An acre of land in Hidden Hills now goes for minimum $4 million, and that has a house on it that has to be demolished or at least taken down to one wall. There's still some original buildings in Calabasas, like over here, King Gillette Ranch, William Neff, and the founder of Gillette. They built a bunch of stuff over here. Mulholland Canyon right here, the Mulholland Corridor, there were a lot of different plots of land. In fact, like the last team that I was on had a listing right up the street from here, and the street was named after the family. It was their hunting lodge. They had 16 acres, and they would use that as their little vacation spot from the city. They'd come out here. It was like a 1 or 2 bedroom little cabin, had a little pond on the property. They eventually built around onto the property and expanded the house, and now we're at the lookout looking over King Gillette Ranch. So here we are at King Gillette Ranch. No one was able to have access to this property until 2005 when it was bought by the state. Let's go take a look and see what we find. Almost 600 acres, like 580 acres or 558 acres. The whole area was encompassed by Chumash Native Americans. A lot of wild game, coyotes, deer, probably maybe some buffalo back in the day. They ate a lot of acorns, and there's a lot of oak trees, as you can probably see. Over this ridge over here, there's Malibu State Creek Park. So there's a creek and they would have access to water over there. I'd imagine back then it was maybe a little bit more lush and it was maybe not as dry. There was a school that inhabited this place up until like 2005 that was all like Japanese students, and they had like 200 beds in the 2nd story of the building. And now what they do is they rent it out for events. They filmed a lot of stuff here. Most recently on Netflix had the Nurse Ratched prequel to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. They filmed that in the main building across from the original Gillette Mansion. They also do something around Christmas. I think it's called like Saint Nick's Carol or something like that. And then for Halloween, they have Night of the Jack, and you just kind of drive through the property and they have all these lights and ornaments and displays of all these different festive things going on. It's crazy how packed it is. Las Virgenes will be backed up, Mulholland will be backed up, and then this field right here, if you see that cement pad right in the distance, that standalone oak tree, that's where all of the parking is. So there's people that walk through it, you can also drive through it. You know, they have got so many events over there. It's a really cool property. Looking from here across to Las Virgenes, you wouldn't really think just like off the top of your head, oh, that looks like it's over 500 acres. Then you really sit here and you think about it. Well, an acre is 45,000 square feet. 45 times 500 or 45, 55, 500. 1, 2, skip a few, 9,900. 558 acres divided by 40 or 45,000 times 50, 550. Another great thing about Calabasas, not just King Gillette Ranch, which we just came from, but just the access to hiking trails. I'm not gonna go for a hike because I'm not gonna get these babies dirty, but we're standing at the base of a trail that my brother and I used to mountain bike a lot. Amazing view at the very top, looking back over King Gillette Ranch and even into Calabasas Park Estates. You got Malibu Creek State Park right on the other side. You can go through the main entrance where the ranger station is, or right on the other side of Las Virgenes, up Mulholland. There's just a regular public entrance over there. I'm not gonna say hundreds of miles of trails, but there's a lot of miles of trails back there. there. You can go diving off the cliff into the pond over there. They filmed MASH over there. They have like a little monument where they filmed up back there. Super nice and serene with the cars driving by next to the trailhead. So growing up, going to Shibuya, we've been going there since I was at least 10 years old. So 28 years I've been going to that restaurant. I'm more of a purist, but the Shibuya roll is fucking amazing. Shrimp tempura, asparagus tempura, avocado, a crab mixture with some garlic, avocado, smelt eggs, salmon and tuna trim, and how they season it. And it's just so fucking good. And the simplest thing, their cucumber salad, their sunamuno salad, just with some imitation crab, so good. Their spicy tuna is amazing. Way too many influencers have come to this place and made it too mainstream, and I don't like it, but it's delicious, and check it out. So yeah, Kevin Goldman, chef realtor, born and raised in Calabasas. These were a couple of my favorites in Calabasas, and if you have any ones that you would like to add or have any comments, leave one. I wasn't peeing. We're at King Gillette Ranch, and I figured I'd just get a quick shaven. With the name like Gillette, you'd think there'd be a lot less bush.